Okay, welcome back. A little bit more of verse 1 of Exodus chapter 20 today. I figure we're probably going to spend all this week on this particular verse and maybe even a little bit over further because I really want to kind of deal with this and make sure we dig into it and understand the implications of God giving the people these instructions. So this God-based moral code that's coming in the Ten Commandments, as we'll take time and break down each one of these commandments, is from the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this really sets him apart from these commonly worshipped pagan gods at the time. Because what you find in a lot of these stories of these gods, if you think about from us, we think about the Greek gods, the Roman gods, in popular culture now, a lot of people know much more about the Norse gods, from the Marvel movies with, Thor and Odin and Loki and Hela, and these different characters have been brought to life in these movies that are a part of these, polytheistic deities that people worshipped at one time. So God's law sets them apart. It sets him apart. Because what you find with these polytheistic pantheons of gods is they were often as immoral and awful as any human, right? They oftentimes were the personification of the shortcomings of the people. So, you think about, Zeus. Zeus would, this head of the Greek pantheon, he would often have multiple sexual partners and have all these different children. That's how we wind up with Hercules, who's like in mythology, who was like a demigod, where Zeus actually had relations with a woman and she gave birth to Hercules. We think about all of these things. So God, the true God, sets himself apart, and he is not like us. He is giving us a call to holiness, a call to right living. And this God-based moral code is established here, and it establishes that Israel belonged to God, not to Moses. This wasn't Moses' law. We often refer to it as the Mosaic Law because Moses was the intermediary for so much of it. We think about the book of Leviticus and those things. But here as we lay out the foundation, and the Ten Commandments is the foundation for the moral code that is found within the Old Testament, and then that is wholly transferred over to the New Testament. He is, and this is the basis for that. God is the basis for this, all of this. So God spoke all these words. It wasn't Moses or any other person that allowed himself to come up with this or to be above the law. Moses was not above this law. Moses was subject to it because it came from God. Moses is held to the same standard as everybody else. And that's what you find in a lot of different types of, religions or cults or different things, is that oftentimes the person that develops it, that comes up with it, puts him or herself above it. Moses was subject to it because it literally came from the Lord. And we'll talk some more about this tomorrow. You guys be blessed.